Hello there. My name's Karen Edwards and I'm a storyteller from Carnlough in the Glens of Antrim. Given that it's Easter Sunday, I thought the best story today would be one about a rabbit. But this is no ordinary rabbit. And what happens to him is definitely magical. Deep in the forest stood an apple tree. This apple tree had tall branches that stretched right up into the sky. Can you do that? Can you stretch your arms up to the sky like the branches of the apple tree? And this apple tree had apples of every colour you can imagine, not just green or yellow or red, but blue and purple and brown and indigo. Whatever your favourite colour is, the apple tree had apples in that colour, because this was a magical apple tree. And so well and healthy was the apple tree, and so juicy were the apples on that tree, that they could heal sick people. And people would travel from all over to eat the apples from that tree. Well, one sunny day, a rabbit was rushing home, and he had been running and running, and he was really thirsty, and he stopped for a rest just beside the apple tree. Well, that rabbit, he looked up at those juicy apples. Oh, what I would give for a bite of one of those apples to quench my thirst. But the rabbit was a very shy rabbit, and he didn't like to be impolite, so he just waited and looked up. And yet the apple tree knew exactly what she wanted. And didn't she let an apple fall to the ground just beside the rabbit, who bit into it? Can you do that? Can you bite into that apple? And ate the whole apple up. Then the rabbit felt refreshed and renewed. And he was just starting off again when, would you believe, he heard the apple tree speak. Would you like to know my secret, little rabbit? Secret? Well, that rabbit loved secrets. Oh, yes, I would love to know your secret. And then the rabbit heard the secret password from the apple tree. And it goes like this. Dear apple tree, open your heart to me, dear apple tree. Can you sing that? Can you sing that along with me? Ready? Dear apple tree, open your heart to me, dear apple tree. Well, when the rabbit sang the secret passcode, there appeared a light right in the center of the trunk of that tree, a light that was in the shape of a heart. And the rabbit knew that it was a door. The door opened, the rabbit jumped into the tree, and there, inside the trunk of the tree, was another magic door. The door opened. The rabbit could see that there was a waterfall rushing from the tree down, down, down. He couldn't help himself. He jumped out into that waterfall, and then he was terrified because he thought he wasn't going to be able to breathe. But the water embraced the rabbit, and he could breathe. And he swam down, down until he was under the sea, and he could see the beautiful fish and the coral and the plants all waving under the sea. And the rabbit, who had never been under the sea before, saw sights that he couldn't imagine. And then finally, he found himself on a beach. And when he hopped up over the beach, there was a field. And the field was full of parsnips and carrots and cabbages and every sort of vegetable that rabbit just loved to eat. So he gathered up as many as he could, and he held them tight, and he floated back through the sea and back up the waterfall and back into the center of the apple tree. And then he realized that it was getting late and he'd better get home. So he thanked the apple tree and jumped back out the door into the forest. As the apple tree said goodbye to the rabbit, he set off through the forest, and then he realized that there was someone following him. He could hear heavy footsteps, and when he looked round, there was a dangerous wolf. The wolf grabbed the rabbit. Tell me the secret, because the wolf had seen the rabbit jump out of the apple tree. Tell me the secret password. No, I can't tell you, I can't tell you. Dear apple tree, I can't tell you the secret passcode. But the rabbit was so terrified that he couldn't help himself. And so the wolf learned the passcode. The wolf went back to the apple tree. He sang the passcode. Dear apple tree, open your heart to me, dear apple tree. I'm sure you don't want to sing like that. Neither do I. It's not very nice. But the wolf saw the heart-shaped light, the door in the center of the trunk, and he jumped through that door. He saw the other magical door. It opened, and he saw the waterfall. And the wolf jumped into the waterfall and swam down under the sea. He saw the fish, he saw the coral, he saw the beach, and he saw the fields of vegetables. Well, that wolf, that wicked wolf, he tramped and he trampled and he wrecked every vegetable in that field. And then he swam back through the sea. And as he swam up the waterfall, the wickedness of that wolf, it got into the water of the waterfall, and the water turned black inside the tree. And although the wolf jumped out of the tree into the forest, the black water started to poison the tree. It poisoned the apple tree. The apple tree became sick, and her branches withered, and the apples fell off onto the ground and rotted. The little rabbit came back and asked for forgiveness. I am so sorry, apple tree. I didn't mean to tell the secret. I was just so frightened. But that apple tree was a wise tree, and she forgave the rabbit. Oh, rabbit, it's not your fault. Maybe it is time for me to die. Who knows? No, I will not let that happen. I will not. You cannot die. And the rabbit called all the creatures in the forest to come and stand around the apple tree. And there they stood, and they didn't sing the words, they just hummed that melody. Can you hum it along with me? And for 40 days and 40 nights, the apple tree stood, and slowly, she started to heal. Her branches started to become green again, and apples started to grow off those branches in all the different colors of the rainbow. Oh, the animals of the forest were so happy. They danced around the tree to celebrate. And as they did so, apples started to fall from the branches, and each one gathered an apple of their own favorite color. Can you do that? Can you grab an apple, whatever favorite color you have, green or red or blue or purple or indigo, and eat it now to celebrate the magic apple tree? I'm going to eat mine. And then hopefully you'll have some Easter eggs to follow. Thank you for listening to my story. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.